Dan kita syukur Alhamdulillah dengan mudah sekali bila kita bentangkan pelawaan kita kepada jawatankuasa BRICS, anggota negara 8 negara utama BRICS, Malaysia itu diberikan keutamaan paling mudah diterima sebagai anggota BRICS.
Menyertai BRICS, pintu utama nak diketuk adalah Moskow, bukan Brazil. Jadi kena ada perjumpaan di sideline pun tak apa. Next year ASEAN, we are the chairman. Panggil Russia datang ataupun Eurasian Economic Union datang, kita bincang sama-sama. Terima kasih.
Soalan.
Datuk Ketua, kita ada jumpa tapi secara tak rasmi lah. Ya. Jumpa sideline meeting mereka tadi ataupun full side meeting. Secara bilateralnya itu secara rasminya belum lagi. Ya betul kita nak masuk kepada BRIC kerana BRIC ni merupakan suatu blok yang longgar. Blok bukannya berasaskan kepada pertahanan ataupun security, tetapi satu blok yang longgar untuk kita untuk memastikan negara ini tidak menjadi sebagai unipolar world, tidak satu ada kuasa yang besar yang menguasai dunia. Kita tidak mahu itu berlaku. Kita nak lihat supaya dunia ini macam dulu lagi. Nampak sekarang ni Datuk Ketua, we are slowly but surely dengan izin masuk ke era Cold War, perang dingin semula. Sama ada you are with us or you are not with us. Itu tidak boleh. Ya? Kita tidak boleh melakukan perkara itu. Itu sebabnya Malaysia mahu melihat supaya dunia ini mati pola. Itu sebabnya BRIC merupakan satu asas landasan untuk kita melihat bahawa dunia ini jangan terlalu condong kepada ataupun diurus oleh satu pihak saja. Maka BRIC satu gabungan negara besar, mempunyai GDP yang besar, penduduk sampai 3 lebih bilion. Kita nak menyertai BRIC bukan kepada apa, tetapi kita nak supaya kita nak memasuki satu blok yang longgar, satu blok yang boleh membawa suara kita, yang boleh membawa suara dunia.
Dan kita syukur Alhamdulillah dengan mudah sekali bila kita bentangkan pelawaan kita kepada jawatankuasa BRICS, anggota negara 8 negara utama BRICS, Malaysia itu diberikan keutamaan paling mudah diterima sebagai anggota BRICS. Perdana Menteri Ethiopia, salah satu daripada 8 negara menjadi anggota awal, maklum kepada saya, dia datang melawat di sini, lawatan rasmi pada hari Sabtu, dan dia kata, Prime Minister Anwar, you'll be amazed to see the support, the friendship shown by all these leaders. When there were applications from the countries, they put Malaysia as number 1, proposed by Putin, who was the chairman, supported by Xi Jinping, endorsed by Modi, India, and then Lula's representative from Brazil, and Ramaphosa from South Africa. So immediate applause when Malaysia was named as a new member of BRICS. Jadi saya nak ucap terima kasih ya, kerana jasa dan khidmat seluruh pengurusan kita dan sikap kita, semua kementerian dan rakan-rakan yang telah dapat meletakkan nama Malaysia kembali harum.
BRICS, yes, why not? I mean, the global south have to take a stand because the international financial infrastructure through the IMF needs to reform. United Nations need to reform. We talk about democracy, but we refuse to accept democratic principles. And
lagi dan lagi, percaya diri Malaysia memang tinggi dalam ambisi bisa masuk BRICS. Dengan pendekatan-pendekatan yang pelan, tapi pasti, untuk meluluhkan hati para petinggi BRICS, agar terketuk hati membuka pintu bagi Malaysia. Namun terkejutnya Malaysia melihat Indonesia, yang tanpa melalui pendekatan susah payah, bisa gabung BRICS dengan mudah. Ya maklum, karena Indonesia memang negara yang potensinya luar biasa. Bahkan BRICS bisa dikatakan rugi besar jika membiarkan Indonesia tidak gabung BRICS. Tapi coba kita lihat Perdana Menteri Malaysia, Datuk Anwar Ibrahim, yang sejak awal sangat percaya diri, bisa gabung BRICS. Dengan mudah pertama dan satu-satunya, yang diterima gabung BRICS di Asia Tenggara. Namun alangkah sakitnya Malaysia mendengar Indonesia langsung ditawari gabung BRICS, tanpa susah payah mendaftar. Tidak ada keberuntungan Indonesia masuk BRICS dengan mudah. Indonesia membawa banyak potensi ekonomi kepada komunitas BRICS. Dalam hal kerjasama apapun Indonesia, sangat prospek yang potensial untuk mencapai kesepakatan keuntungan. Tapi Malaysia melalui Perdana Menteri Datuk Anwar Ibrahim sendiri, tidak pantang menyerang agar bisa gabung dengan BRICS secepatnya. Dan dengan manuver, serta pendekatan yang sangat intens.
Because of the location. But coming back to Indonesia, its location in Southeast Asia, specifically along the Straits of Malacca, makes it a very important player because this waterway is the other important maritime trade routes that are vital to global economy, and BRICS is determined that its members must come from these regions, and Indonesia fits the bill. Number 4 is leadership. Indonesia is the de facto leader of ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It simply is because Indonesia is the biggest power in this region, and it is also a thought leader and a pathfinder for the countries in this part of the world. And therefore, Indonesia's voice, as globally speaking, is very important. And that is, I think, one of the most valuable assets, intangible assets that Indonesia brings to BRICS. For that reason, Indonesia is indispensable, if you ask me, for BRICS. And number 5, linked somewhat to its global leadership, is Indonesia's position on non-alignment. Now, Indonesia, as you know, is one of the founding fathers of, in fact, parents of the non-aligned movement with its Bandung conference in the 1950s. So Indonesia has always had a preferred position when it comes to the global South, as a voice for the global South in many ways, and non-alignment is one of them. And this is, again, a very important strategic asset for BRICS, because Indonesia's voice is a voice of reason when it speaks out there on international issues. So I think this is also an important calculation that has gone into the minds of the BRICS members when they decided to admit Indonesia very early on as in 2025. And number 6 is its population. Indonesia has 280 million people living in it. Its sheer size makes it impossible to be ignored. And imagine having a member like Indonesia in BRICS. It simply elevates BRICS to another level of importance as in terms of organizations in the world. With the admission of BRICS, now the population of BRICS would be well over half of the world's population. So again, as I said, from the economic standpoint, BRICS just simply cannot be ignored. But when you throw in the component of population, its strategic location, and its voice, politically speaking, BRICS is simply no pushover. Now it is actually a force to be contended with. So Indonesia's admission has basically now positioned BRICS in a different league altogether, if you would ask me. An important league as an important player. That is why Indonesia has to be brought in early. So, Indonesia was admitted very early in 2025. It simply means that all the existing members of BRICS have agreed on consensus to admit Indonesia. And this must have been the calculation that has gone into their minds in making this decision. Now, I have mentioned to you that BRICS is positioning itself by putting in the strategic building blocks, starting with the strategic materials, the supply routes, and then it goes on to the banking system, which is another area which I've spoken about in the previous videos. I mentioned to you a little bit just now about the new development bank and this payment system called Ngerii, etc. So you can see now a big picture emerging. A solid world economic order is being built on these pillars which I have just spoken about. Of course, there is a long way to go, but BRICS is very careful and cautious about how it is going about doing it. It is in no hurry, in my opinion. I think it is also allowing the existing order to adjust itself so that it is not going to be confrontational. But here I think Indonesia's admission brings a lot of value.
Jadi, kurang lebih begitulah pandangan anggota BRICS terhadap Indonesia, sehingga mereka memprioritaskan Indonesia untuk bergabung lebih awal menjadi anggota penuh BRICS. Meskipun pada tahun 2024 kemarin, India mengatakan bahwa untuk 5 tahun ke depan, BRICS belum bisa menerima anggota baru karena ingin melakukan seleksi lebih ketat pada negara calon anggota BRICS.